Good afternoon.
All right, so what we're going to do this morning to begin, is we're going to get a partner, which is a little more difficult because Amber is not here yet. So we're going to have one group of 3. But, so we're going to get into 2 groups, and we are going to think about a time in your life when something was really interesting. So brainstorm with me for a moment. Bring up an experience in your mind. Something that was really, really interesting. First thing that comes to mind. Anybody? Okay. Something that was really uninteresting. It just bored you to tears. All right, now in your groups, I want you to tell me what the difference between these 2 experiences is. You can make notes about this, or you can just talk about it orally, but we're going to try to figure out the difference between the uninteresting and the interesting experiences. What have we got?
Well, we decided that interesting. It kept us moving. It kept us doing things continuously. But then uninteresting is boring, and we were like told things over and over again.
Okay. So uninteresting, you're told things over and over. It's repetitive, right? Interesting, you're interested in the topic, right? You said that. Those are some really good ideas. So when we're thinking about historical characters, which is what we're going to talk about today, those can be portrayed in interesting or uninteresting ways. And a portrayal is simply a depiction of someone or something in a work of art or literature. So that's defining our terms. And here we have 2 pictures, if you will, of
Abraham Lincoln.
Right. What's the difference between these 2 pictures? In this picture, we see that he looks fairly serious. It's black and white. What about this one?
The cartoon.
It's cartoon. It's silly. Both of these are depictions of the same person, though, and they both depict Abraham Lincoln. But one of them is true. It comes from history, and the other is also true, but exaggerated in some ways. Okay, so thinking about portrayals, what are some examples of historical characters? George Washington. All right, you want to come write that on the board? What's another historical character? What do you say, Terry?
Then Martin Luther King.
Absolutely.
Whatever.
Any other historical characters?
Lewis and Clark.
Lewis and Clark, absolutely. Anything else, you know?
Anybody in history?
I mean, not Pocahontas. Sacagawea.
Pocahontas, Sacagawea, Lewis and Clark. All of these are historical characters. So let's take George Washington, for example, because that's our first character we came up with. How is George Washington portrayed?
He's the first president.
His first president. That's a fact, right? Cherry tree.
Right?
The story of the cherry tree, is it true?
No.
So it's a fictional portrayal of him. What does that tell us about him?
You probably like cherry tree.
Maybe. Maybe.
It's famous enough people look up to him.
He's famous enough. They see him as a good person, maybe. What else do you see? Absolutely. So what's the difference between fictional and nonfiction in this case? We see a fictional story about a historical character. He lived. George Washington was a real person, but it's not a true story about him. So what's the difference in this case?
One is what happened and one's where bias or opinionated.
Absolutely. One is just how people think about him, right? So that's something that we're going to keep in mind as we keep going. Okay, so we are going to do a scavenger hunt. So if you will get a partner, we are going to be thinking about the historical portrayal of a character, and we are going to do Pocahontas today, who was a historical character. And so we have in the back of the room here on these 3 tables 3 separate stations, and they all have historical, factual information about Pocahontas. And on your sheet you have 5 categories about Pocahontas. And so what we're looking for is information about these categories. How old is Pocahontas? Where did she live? What did she do that was important? Who else was there? What was her life like? Those kind of things. So we're looking just for the information that's on the table. Maybe not things you necessarily already know. So you can draw a picture in the boxes, you can write keywords, you can do sentences. That is up to you. All right, and you will have 3 minutes for this exercise, and that time will begin pretty much as soon as the video starts.
Do we go, does it matter how long we're in?
information up here. So we're going to come back to the table. All right, so I would like for you to turn that paper over. All right, did you find some good things? All right, so I'm going to give you another copy of that same sheet. All right, so what we just looked at was historical facts about Pocahontas. All of those are factually based sources, pictures, pictures of artifacts, all based on primary and secondary sources, all nonfiction. What we're about to look at is a fictional source about Pocahontas, which is the trailer for the Disney movie. Have any of y'all seen that? Wonderful. So we're going to fill out this same sheet from the information in this video and any information you have from that movie. But we're not going to use any of the information that we got from the exercise we used here.
I made it myself.
But though their worlds were very different,
These pale visitors are strange to us. No one is to go near them.
their destinies were one. From Walt Disney Pictures comes the story of an American legend. Who are you?
Pocahontas. Come run the hidden pine trails of the forest. Come taste the sun-sweet berries of the earth. Come roll in all the riches all around you. And for once, never wonder what they're worth.
Hello, John Smith.
The tree is talking to me.
Then you should talk back. He's handsome, too.
Oh, I like her.
She believed in her dreams.
Roquan has asked to seek your hand in marriage.
I think my dream is pointing me down another path.
Followed her heart.
What are you doing here?
I had to see you again.
You'll be turning your back on your own people. I can't leave you.
And found a love that changed the world.
Let the spirits of the earth guide you.
I love him, Father.
On June 23rd, Disney presents its all-new 33rd full-length animated motion picture. With music by Academy Award winner Alan Menken and lyrics by award-winning lyricist Stephen Schwartz. This summer, experience the adventure
Until you can paint with all the colors of
Pocahontas.
So, we have two sheets with two different pictures of Pocahontas. And so we are going to separate into our partners for just a minute and compare those pictures. Just talk very quickly and look at those. And circle, underline differences you see very quickly. All right, so what have we got? What have we got going on? What's different?
She's older.
She's older. Anything else?
She's trees.
Talking trees.
Yeah.
Yes. Didn't say where she lived. But it looks like she lived.
She's got more photos on it.
Yeah.
Interesting. There's a love story here. All of those are interesting differences that appear to make the story more interesting on the surface for this movie. And it's interesting how this author has made history different for the purpose of this story. So, what we're going to do is we're going to play a review game very quickly, which we learned about it. So if you will stand up and get back to this partner. Okay, I will give you a statement, and when I say turn around, you will either turn around and do with your arms, if it is correct, and if it is false, you will do an X. So if it is true, it's true, if it's false, it's X. Alright, so the first statement is, a portrayal is a depiction of someone or something in a work of art or literature. Turn around. All right. True, right? Good. All right. So, next statement. Pocahontas really fell in love with Captain John Smith. Turn around. False. All right. Next statement. Historical figures can be portrayed in different ways to make them more interesting to us. Turn around. Alright, last statement. Pocahontas was an Indian princess. Turn around. That's true. Alright, so we're going to list the elements of fiction in the story of Pocahontas. And we're going to list the elements of fiction in the story of Pocahontas in a journal entry, or you can draw a picture of the two portrayals to show the differences between the two, and to show how these two portrayals differ and how authors use history and portray characters differently. So we're going to take just a couple minutes to do that before we finish here.